don't remember when it happened. But things changed. A lot. People we held dear disappeared in the blink of an eye. Those left alive became monsters, and those left fighting fought those monsters. As the world changes, the people inside of it change. After the event of the failed raid and the old leader's disappearance, now referred to as the Great Betrayal, things changed quickly. The extremists were scattered across lands, old bases abandoned, new ones founded, then abandoned again. With the extremists spread so thin and no resources to keep the infection at bay, it began progressing rapidly. People were forced to kill their own, food became scarce, and whether infected or not, everyone became victims. Many died. There was no leader. There was no order. The extremists changed from people looking to save the world to people who simply existed in this broken one. At least that's how it was until one specific day. The day a letter arrived on the doorstep of an extremist base. The day our world was changed. For the better or worse, no one knew yet.
This is ridiculous.
What is it?
It's this letter. I found it outside when I went out earlier. It says that because of our involvement with the old leader of the extremists, we are expected to take over the main operation for the extremists.
Wait, so whoever wrote that is just expecting us to take over exterminating the infection?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Who even wrote that? That's absolutely absurd. Why didn't we get any say in this?
It's probably the other branches of the extremists. We aren't the only ones, but we are at the top of the food chain when it comes to the next in charge. So it makes sense they would want us to kind of, take over everything.
That doesn't matter. We moved to where we are needed. We have to run exterminations on a daily basis. We do not have the time, energy, or resources to take on actual figuring out the source and destroying it.
I agree, we have our hands full as it is.
Besides, we don't even have an official leader here. We're kind of just running off a council-based system.
And back to that resource thing. We barely have enough resources for our own exterminations. How are we supposed to pour people into going into these agencies and dealing with the infection down there? We're barely keeping up on the surface.
It's simple. We can't. Without proper leadership and resources, we have no way of taking this initiative, and that is final.
Is it now? If you have time to argue over resources, maybe you should shut up and actually use the resources you have instead of bickering, and frankly, giving me a migraine.
I'm sorry, but who exactly are you supposed to be?
Let's work.
I wouldn't say that if I were you. Trust me when I say you really don't want to speak out of turn.
Where the fuck did these guys even come from?
Okay, everyone, let's take a breath. Firstly, I'd like to apologize on behalf of our group. They're just high-strung.
Tell me something that I didn't know.
Okay, listen, you.
Ray, enough. So you have anything in mind? We can't just simply use the resources. We're already spread too thin.
I'm afraid we have more immediate matters to discuss. You have spent, 3 years, was it? Doing absolutely nothing except try to get by? What is the reason for this absolute failure in action? And who is to blame?
Can't possibly expect us to.
That was a figurative question. The answer isn't important, more the thought. The reason is because you have been running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
Is this guy serious? You want to judge us for just surviving? Who the hell do you think you are?
Ray, please. I understand your anger. Just like I understand your judgment over how we've handled things. But we haven't had a leader. Matter of fact, anyone who knows how to lead. We have been doing what we can to keep the group afloat for the time being, while waiting for what we could possibly do next. Our numbers have still dwindled.
It is true. None of you would have been able to lead effectively, and yes, the lack of powerful members is an excuse. Excuse, not reason being the key word. You need 3 things in a leader: the will to act, the logic to strategize, and the charisma to employ others. Without all 3 things, you would have taken on more than you could chew. Sat there, unable to act due to your inability to act on your plans, and most likely just died. Or you would have gotten a bunch of people together, but were too afraid to even be knowledgeable to act. I have seen that some of you embody an individual trait, but not all 3. I, however, hope to prove that I have all 3 of these as the new Extremist leader, Armis Walker.
You don't actually expect us to go along with this with nothing but words, do you? The last time we did that, we had 1 foot in the grave and another on a banana peel.
Ray has a point. We know absolutely nothing about you.
However, the previous generals are backing him, so that has to account for something.
Starry?
Well, we have been stuck here for too long. I think we should go with them. Besides, we don't have many other options here.
I guess I guess you're right. It does beat around the bush just not sitting here doing nothing.
You wanted our support. Seems like you've got it.
So, what now?
How about we start where those before left off 3 years ago, when you all went from fighters to quitters? Tell me what happened.
There's only one person left from the day of great betrayal. Everyone else either left shortly after or died in 3 years since. Claudius?
We thought it would slow it down. Thought it was a chance to push it back. A month of planning, and all for what? From the moment we entered, we were hunted, stalked, played with. Then just when we thought we might actually do it, we had everything in place.
Hey, easy, Claude. It was going well. We just got interrupted.
By whom?
The infected. This girl who could control the skulk like a witch.
And then?
We fled. The plan had failed, the group fractured. The secret had been revealed that ripped the group apart. Most lost faith in the extremists entirely. Others just lost their will to fight, and the rest lost their lives. It took 2 years to rebuild. 2 years to bring back hope that we could still fight this. Still push this back.
You say we've been stagnant? We haven't. The organization was effectively dead 3 years ago. We brought it back. So don't look at us like we're not capable of taking things forward. So listen here, you little shit.
Right.
It would seem to me that a lot of things will need to be changed around here in order to get that ball rolling. Starting with a change in leadership. I will be holding an assessment and evaluation with the intent to prove whom among you are capable of being generals in a few weeks.
I can't possibly be considering this.
Really? Now it has something to say?
Took you long enough.
Aw, is someone regretting their decision? Poor Hugh. See, I told you so.
Hey, I am still a general, and you will not speak to me that way.
It's risky, but we're at a point where someone has to lead.
It's best we let things proceed and support where we can.
Enough! In the meantime, keep up with your original duties as usual. We will discuss other relevant changes in due time. For now, that will be all. Dismissed. Get out of my sight.
Maybe he's right.
Oh, come on. Look, Starry, I'm all for anything that pisses off the old generals. But he's just come out of nowhere and acts like he knows everything. And you really think he can be trusted? Even Topaz thinks he's sketchy.
He was able to judge where things stood right off the bat.
He could have been spying on us. For all we know, he could simply be here to sabotage all the work we've done.
I think we should trust him.
Claudius, seriously? You're for this? So aside from me, Topaz, and the generals, everyone else is okay with this?
I think we should at least give it a shot. The Extremists as organization are big enough now that we may very well be capable of action with the right leadership, and he seems just the one for it. After all, we weren't exactly happy with the idea of leading ourselves.
Besides, we don't really have much of a choice now anyways.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not usually one to question strategies, but I have to agree with Gator. Are you sure this is the best course of action? The others have no clue how to lead, and I'm not sure the organization is ready for so many changes in such a short amount of time.
You continue to question my choices. Were it not the two of you who rallied behind me not mere moments ago? It no longer matters if it's ready. It never will be ready.
Yeah, but this? Shouldn't you trust those who kept this going rather than entrust that to some civilians? Most of them haven't seen true combat.
And yet, those who have, and who have been in control of the organization for the last 3 years, have done nothing but cry in their corner of the world, guarding their walls with nothing but torches.
Who are you to come in here and question what we've done for...
Look, we get that we haven't done enough by your standards, and maybe you're happy for new bloods to take the wheel, but people don't follow a whole host of new leaders so easily. You are likely going to have some pushback from people who don't understand your way of thinking.
I'm already formulating a plan in preparation for that outcome. It's why I'm getting rid of the two of you. If I turn some of their own from cowards to leaders, they'll begin to trust me. If you don't like my decision, maybe you should jump off the ship before you get thrown off into the deep waters.
Look, that one with the white hair is a prime example of someone who won't take this lightly. And a lot of people listen to them. Do you have a plan for if things go south on that end? You can't just kill 1/4 of the organization.
I'm not required to divulge my plans to you as of yet. You might be thinking of this as a trial run, which makes you dangerous for my future plans. If I reveal everything to you, you might get ahead of yourself and do things you might not know you'd regret. And who wants to risk that?
Alright, I understand where you're coming from, but how are we supposed to help you if you won't communicate with us? Fine. Just tell me you are certain your plans is going to work.
I'm unwaveringly certain.
Okay, I trust you.
What? Seriously? He talks about changing everything, possibly ruining everything we've worked so hard to build, and unwaveringly certain is enough to get you to obey his commands, no questions asked?
Gator, will you just stop already? We chose this. You can't just back out now because you don't like where it's headed. Now shut up and trust our new leader. He's not asking for blind obedience, just trust in us as his generals. Can't you manage that one thing?
Cease your bickering. I think that's all that needs to be discussed for the day. You are both dismissed. We can continue this conversation another time, or amongst yourselves. Your involvement in this squabble is over.
What? But
Yes, sir.
What's all this then? Seems to be an office? Someone's been keeping it clean. Way too clean. Someone's was here recently. Oh. What's this? I see. I thought it might be you. So where are you now?